Yeah! Woo! Here we go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, Kinga.
Chat.
Paul.
Cheers.
Oh.
Yes, cheers to our musicians.
Oh. Welcome everyone to In the Green Room. I'm Kinga.
And I'm Chad. I hope everybody's having a great week.
We have Paul Kasser.
Hi, everybody. I'm Paul. Welcome back.
And Jennifer. Can you introduce yourself, Jennifer?
Hello, my name is Jennifer Woodridge, and I'm the Chief Revenue Officer with RVnGO, so we're happy to be here.
And we are super excited because we also have Summer in the house.
Yay!
Summer, can you grab the mic and say hello?
Yay!
I can certainly try.
Summer.
Hi, it's me, Summer. I'm hanging out here tonight. How are you guys doing?
We are so good because you are here and you are literally one of my favorite musicians all time.
Aw, thank you.
So talented.
To hear
So
her
talented.
later.
Wait till you hear her voice. She's incredible.
And
So-
her songwriting skills are insane.
Oh, I mean
Every
the
single
lyrics.
one. She's like, oh yeah, we're just in like 3 hours. No big deal.
And
a poet savant.
Literally.
so I want everybody that is listening to our podcast / radio tonight to go on Facebook Live in the Green Room Green, and please comment, share our show, and you might win some prizes tonight, right, Jennifer?
That's right. So for those of you that are listening, anyone that's going to go onto the RVnGO site anytime before Sunday and you do a booking, so book a trip, if it's 3 days, 2 days, you're going to get $100 off your booking. So in the promo code, you're going to put Green Room. And then for those of you that listen to the end of our podcast.
Wait a second. I don't think I'd prove that. That could be like minus $100,000.
That's
Right
true.
now.
That's true. That's what we hope, because the more we get, Paul, this is good. So, yep. So any of you that book a rental by Sunday and put in the green, or just put Green Room in the promo code.
So promo Green Room. We have to
Exactly.
speak up for our Facebook fans.
That's
Hi!
So my mission now is to make this podcast bomb so that we don't give away a lot of money.
Yeah.
But wait, we're giving
But
something
you want
right
new
at the end
happy
of the
customers
podcast.
then too.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to know the genesis story. How did you, Paul Kasser, come up with this idea to have people rent out their RVs? Because it's so sustainable, because people aren't buying a new RV.
Yeah, I was just joking obviously before. We love to bring people together, and that's our belief, and we don't really limit. All we believe in is bringing people together.
Together! Together! Woo! Woo! Woo!
And so we're doing that.
Almost slapped you.
and bam, and this is going to turn into a fight. So, but anyways, we're doing that with RVnGO, and it's a free website that you can list your RV for rent and for sale, and other sites where you can rent RVs. They charge 30%, and then we gave all the savings to everybody on the internet.
We need to do that for Facebook.
Okay, and so we went direct to wholesale. We cut out all the middlemen. We are essentially the insurance company. And then we said, you know what? Other companies are charging a bunch of money to bring you to, even Airbnb charges fees for transaction. We don't charge anything.
It's totally free.
Totally free.
Totally free. Okay.
Because of what we believe in. And then what we believe in is compelling value-added services. So,
Such as?
So people talk about us like they compare us to Airbnb, but even Airbnb has transaction fees. We don't have any. If you're going to think about a business model, we're more like Google. Probably everybody used Google today to look for something, and it cost them nothing to look for it. And it's just like our site. If you want an RV for rent or for sale, it's kind of a big reveal for the future, it's free. And you can look and you can do the transaction. We don't take any fees. And we believe in making our money off compelling value-added services. And we do that off insurance in our case. Google does it off advertising, digital advertising. And so that's really our business model. And, and it's blowing things up.
That's awesome. And since our show, we like to talk a lot about sustainability. You said you were doing a little something called RVnGO. Like, were you planting trees?
Every time somebody rents an RV, we plant a tree.
That's
Plant a
amazing.
tree because we're here saving the planet.
One
show at a time.
So yeah, so people can, you know, sleep easily if they rent an RV through you guys, because they're going to be reducing their carbon footprint with the
Yeah, you
tree
know,
you guys are doing.
I was actually cycling about this and
It's
thinking about it.
huge.
I think I can do the calculation where, like, you can think about, like, just one tree for one trip, and you used maybe 100 gallon, you know, you went 100 miles and used the gas for that, and now you've planted a tree forever and taking and scrubbing CO2 out of the environment for the next 60 years.
Or 100 years. Some of those
100
trees
years,
last
you know,
a
who
while,
knows?
yeah.
So, so that's cool.
Well,
It's exciting, yes.
we really
Carbon
appreciate
negative.
all that you're doing for the environment because we're here. Our show is all about bringing positivity and bringing people together. We try to focus on people caring about the environment and being green, but also focusing on local and we recognize heroes, and I think you're a hero for what you're doing.
Well, thank you. Actually, you touched on a couple of things I want to talk about there. So you talked about going local. Just about everybody on our platform. So we don't own those RVs, just to be clear. These are local business people, either individuals in your neighborhood that you can rent the RV from, or local business people who have maybe 5 or 10 or 15 RVs for rent. And you can go there and rent it from your local business, and all we do is make you help you find them. And we don't take any money out of the transaction. Other people are trying to crush them and make a central, depository or big fleets. So this is really supporting your local business. And the other thing, you're just going out into nature, and you get together with your friends and family, but you also get together with nature. And we really think, that's good for everybody. When you get together with nature, you understand nature, and then you love nature, and then you support it.
Well, and teaching your children and your family to care more about the environment and Mother Nature, our
Sure.
planet, is that's where it all starts from.
Sure. And so a lot of people who like to use RVnGO are either families who want to introduce their kids to the great outdoors, or maybe millennials or whoever, not to use labels, who skipped over that and never got out in nature and now want to go re-experience it and are having a great time with it, and they love it, and so we're pretty happy about all that.
Well, I want to know, okay, how much does it cost? So I want it for my birthday in October. I'd like to go with, a couple RVs, maybe 3-4 RVs with you guys and friends, and my kids have their own RV because they're going to stay up till 4 in the morning. How much does it cost?
So it's a lot like the idea of Airbnb, where every RV owner sets their own price. But then there is a market price, right? And when you go on the site, you'll see things, at different market prices. So really nice RVs could be $200, $300, $400 a night. But at the same time, they sleep 4, 6, 8 people. So already more affordable than a hotel room at Holiday Inn. And then you could go as low for trailers as like $60, $80 a night.
What about the Rockstar ones? I want the Rockstar huge RVs that we can
We have some really cool
That's what I want.
listings on our site. A couple that, like for instance, one. So think of, they're like land yachts. Like when
That's
they're
what I
a
want for my
really
birthday.
big RV. Think
Do
of
you
them.
understand this, Paul? That's what I want for my birthday.
Think of all the concerts, the musicians that are traveling in their RVs, like Foo Fighters or Madonna or whoever, going to the concerts. That's called a Class A RV. That's probably what you want, Kinga.
Okay, do you understand that? That's what I want for my birthday, okay?
If I'm going RVing, I definitely want to be in a Class A.
And then we're going to call in the show. We're going to call Robin
But
live from our RV.
And we're going to run the whole company out of
Unless
our RV.
unless Robin
Do
comes
that.
with us and we call somebody else.
there are different.
We get somebody else in here in the studio. Doc, can you run Robin's job for one night?
So
But to break down-
not to intimidate people, but RVs can be really easy and simple to use, or you can go for the big land yacht. And we have a couple of those on our site, but they're like chartered by skippers, just like yachts. And they'll actually drive them. They're so big and crazy, and like they got hot tubs, and
I want a skipper.
and okay. So and they can get delivered, and we have a whole category actually if you want to go on our site. So it doesn't have to be the big rock and roll ones. They're famous, right? There's been like famous bands in them, and it's kind of cool. It's almost like going to Nashville. But then they have, you can just search by RVs that are delivered. So there's lots of our hosts who say, you know what, I just want to show this, I'll deliver the RV, whether it's a motorhome or a trailer. You just show up in your Volkswagen Beetle or your Chevy, whatever you want, and you don't have to tow it. It's all set up for you. There's the lake, there's the vista, the beautiful view, and off you go. So you can search by all that and have a great time. So really trying to lower the barriers to RVing so more people can do it more easily, more affordably.
And I think
So if I'm interested in renting an RV, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh,
you,
no, you're
but,
No, go ahead, Chet. We want to hear
interested
from
in
you.
Renting an RV or like a festival that's in Michigan, for example, would it be the most efficient to rent one here and drive out there, or fly out there and then drive from somewhere closer?
Yeah, it's a great question.
Yeah.
So if it's a trailer,
Or could you choose either one? Basically?
Yeah.
if it's a trailer and you're willing to hitch it to your pickup, you can go all the way because there's no mileage charges. But if it's a motorhome, there's usually a certain minimum amount every day, and the norm is about 100 miles per day. So if you're going more than that, if it's a 6-day trip, 600 miles, if you're going more than that, then there's a surcharge for mileage. So you're better off most often just flying in or getting there and renting and then going to your spot. And actually most of our rentals are less than 100 miles to go, overall mileage. And we even have people like, let's say they live in Connecticut with a Class A, Fleetwood, and they want to go to the Grand Canyon. Well, instead of hauling across the United States for 10 days, they'll fly into Phoenix, rent Class A Fleetwood, so that it's the exact same RV they own, and go to where they want to go, and experience it. So you can do that with a festival, you can do that with a national park, you can travel that way.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question. Can people bring pets? And also, why, I already know the answer, but I just want to ask you this. Why are people better off renting than buying?
Sure. So pets, you can search RVs on our platform. It's a filter among other things. If you want a CD player, you can search by that. If you want a outdoor kitchen, you can search by that, or an outdoor TV. But pets is one of the key search terms that people want. Most hosts do permit pets, and there might be a little bit of a cleaning fee or just take care. Why rent instead of buy?
Is it more green? Is it more eco-friendly?
So there's a lot of good reasons. The first one is the average stat is most RVs that are owned in the United States sit unused 95% of the time that are not being rented. Now, if they're being rented, they get used more often. And so imagine, if you want to go to, let's say, just use easy math, 100% utilization, that means you'd have 20 less RVs that had to be built, power to build them, sheet metal, wood, etc. So way more effective way. But really, this was the original idea. It was a way to monetize the utility function of these assets. The other way to think about that is it's a way to extract the sunk economic value into these assets. They've already been manufactured. All the sheet metal, all the wood's already been extracted and put into it. All the labor's been put into it. So if you can rent it out and utilize it when you're not using it, you double, triple, quadruple your yield.
And do you think that's sustainable, Paul? You're coming from Canada,
Of
and
course.
Canadians are really into the environment, which I love America. I'm all American, but I do feel like we need to be stronger about the environment here. And I think Canadians are more about the environment.
Well,
how do you feel about that?
I wouldn't make it a Canada versus USA thing. I think the interesting things are RV ownership is about the same in Canada as it is here per capita. Maybe slightly higher, but not much. It's in both. I think both countries love nature, and RVing is a great way to get out there. So if you want to be sustainable, RVing is a great way to do it. It's and renting one, so you don't have to build another one. It's a great way to do it. It's a great way to be economic. Like if you want to sustain your budget, I don't know if you guys are about sustaining your budget, but
Definitely sustaining the budget.
If you wanted to, as an individual, sustain your budget, why not just rent it instead of paying, RV, mortgage payments the whole year.
And can I say
So
that's
we're
voting
about
with your
that.
dollar? That's voting with your dollar because, you know, when you go out and buy an RV, Jennifer, and it's just sitting there, and then, you know, all these other people follow in your footsteps, that is not being sustainable. When you can reuse and
Exactly.
repurpose,
We have a
that's being
couple of
sustainable.
comments. One person
Great.
said, is owning an RV like owning a pool? After a few seasons, you end up just seeing another thing to maintain, and it's not as much fun to use. So then you end up renting it to make it pay for itself. But also, Alan asked, do we have all electric RVs?
Oh, that's a good question.
That is a
There we
good
go.
question.
Thank you.
We will when they get manufactured.
Yeah, I don't think
because-
those exist yet.
Well, they're, you know,
Yeah.
okay, so this is really cool. They are talking about making a completely sustainable, off-the-grid RV. So the first thing they're gonna do is all the systems that are on that RV that are either propane-driven or whatever driven is gonna be all solar panel or battery-driven.
Wow,
And
that's
rechargeable.
amazing.
That is amazing.
Next step is, the fact of the matter is, most people only drive their RVs 100 miles, and then they have a plug-in. So boom, it's gonna get replaced with an electric engine, but we need some, you know.
Paul, why aren't you working on this? You
Well,
could be the
so-
next
So we need some higher,
Tesla.
we need some higher powers, like Tesla truck company to
That's what
develop
someone just said, a
electric truck
Tesla
engines,
RV.
but those will come, it's
Well,
inevitable.
why aren't you doing it?
Well, I can't really reveal all of our future plans
money.
to dominate the world, but why not?
I love it.
One at a time.
So if we
Yeah.
bring you some capital, we can do it.
Absolutely.
Okay, there we go.
And
So we are
so-
going to cut to a commercial from our new sponsor, Dr. James Kneller. He's just going to give us a quick sustainable tip on. He's the concierge doctor of the future of 2020, and he's going to do a quick tip. He's one of our premier sponsors. Dr. James, say hello.
Hello.
Hey, James.
Love being here. Thank you, Paul. Love your business. Great solution for COVID. So thank you so much for introducing this option. We have a bunch of stir crazy people. Calling one a patient across the country who are looking for
They're either a patient or a potential patient.
patient or potential.
They might want to
Exactly.
see you.
You
You
might
have
as well
to
look
say
at
hi to
yourself.
everyone.
Say
I'll
hi.
say hi to everybody. Hi, everybody. I'm filming in the background. Nice to see you. We got a vacation option for you.
So-
The
so what's your
RV
tip of the
solution,
day?
wonderful for COVID. My tip of the day is
For
go
health
on
and
a
wellness.
vacation with RVnGO so you can stay in your bubble and protect yourself from COVID while you are on your next vacation.
Okay,
my
I love
health
it. So, and because relaxation, meditation, and just having joy, isn't that good for your health?
Absolutely good for your health. I'll just say whenever you're in a new hotel or a new house or a new rental, wipe it down with something biodegradable. So there's probably disinfectant chemicals and things around. That's something you can do wherever you find yourself renting.
Nice.
I'm pointing so the
No chemicals. We're big about chemicals. It will
And tell us
calcify
really
your pineal
quick,
gland.
you're
It's
going
not
to
good.
telemedicine, so what will you be doing? Or did she say telemedicine? Or-
No. Doc is
Oh, I thought you said-
he's going to be doing concierge.
Oh, concierge.
Where somebody can hire him for the year, and if they need health and wellness tips, if they want to.
Oh, perfect.
They just pay him a flat fee, and then they don't even have to go to the doctor. So, and
Perfect.
I'm helping Doc with that. So
Nice.
I'm doing the follow up for the patient care.
Work intensively,
Yay, so you can do the thing.
with individuals who are really motivated and want to go the extra step with their doc. We want to provide that.
Perfect.
So we are going to cut to a song from Summer. So Jennifer will be right back. So stay tuned, everyone. We have live music every show in the green room, and we are here saving the planet one show at a time.
One
Do-
show at a time.
one more time.
Went
Saving
so
the planet.
quick. One
Show
show
at a time.
One show at a
Saving the
time.
planet.
Show at a time.
One show.
I was off time, but it's okay.
Welcome back, Summer.
Thank you.
Summer, how do you
you
feel
been?
about this RV?
Oh, I love an RV. Well, I mean, I'm gonna be obviously
should go, like, in
traveling.
the-
What'd you say,
you're-
like the A class or?
Yeah,
like,
you're going in the
whatever?
Rockstar
Yeah.
A-class
We want
RV.
the hot tub.
Yeah, with the hot tub and the chart skipper captain.
Yeah, actually, I want to be a driver. I'll be the skipper.
You're not the driver. Come on, you're the star.
I'm the skipper.
You were not the skipper or the driver. You're the star. We're going to be driving
Whoever
around.
plays
She's so
guitar is
humble.
the skipper.
She's so
Yes.
humble.
So,
Yeah.
Summer, where do you play?
I play all over the place, and actually I did want to promo a show we're doing this Friday.
Exciting.
We
This
are
Friday.
doing
Live music is back. It exists again.
a lovely friend that I met on the show.
Christiana.
Yes, of course.
We love Christiana Cole. Love you, and Gardner.
Well, she's not in this one, but Christy,
Okay.
of course,
Yes.
does her rock and roll burlesque show, and I'm finally in it.
Yay.
I'm finally a part of it. So this Friday at 10 p.m. at the Deuce, we are going
Love
to
the
do
Deuce.
Cool.
some really crazy fun stuff. Like when I tell you, practicing and rehearsing for this show, like the main concern wasn't, oh, let's get the music right or anything, because we're all pretty solid on that. The main concern was, hey, where am I going to stand so I don't get fire shot in my face?
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
because I'm performing with people who are fire breathing and dancing.
wow.
Okay,
on
people
the
don't
same
know, but
stage.
they're
Wait, are there
dancing.
tickets still available for this?
Oh yeah,
Oh my gosh.
the event tickets are on my Facebook. You can look up Summer Welsh, or if you
Let's
want to
go.
look up Rock and Roll
Is the
Burlesque.
doctor going to be there on like emergency standby?
I have no idea. I think I'm just gonna really hope that I know where to stand.
I never miss a show, so
Yeah, so this Friday, it's going to be every first and third Friday of every month. This is the first one that we are doing, and everyone's being safe and everything is spread out and everything. So if you've been missing live music, if you really want a show that's going to make you like lose your mind,
no,
this is it.
there's
The
nothing
girls
else like
are
it.
So talented. I mean, I
It's-
watch them because it's burlesque, but it's also like acrobatics, and there's people dangling.
It's more
off
than
the
burlesque, though.
Wait a
They're
second, you
so-
had
It's more than burlesque.
They're so
And there's
It's more than
fire.
burlesque.
They're such strong women. It honestly, like, yeah, it's like sexy, but
But the
at
talent
same
of the
time,
dance is
watching them,
You
unexplainable.
had me at
they're
burlesque.
they're
Yeah.
thin, like
Yeah.
they're thin, and they don't look like overly like muscular, but then you see them pull themselves off the ground just by one arm alone. It's like they're amazing. They're really, really fantastic. Definitely inspiring. I wish I could do that.
It's amazing. So you'll be
Only
singing,
on
not
that
I
dancing.
will be singing. I'll be dancing, just not quite like them. I'm gonna be singing most like, for the most of it. But yes, you know me. I like to move on stage.
I know you do.
I'm
I
not.
know.
I'm not
That'll be fun.
necessarily a dancer per se, but I am a
You're a
performer. I'm a performer.
You're an entertainer.
I can't be like, yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Do you want to
it's
plug
like
your
this.
Instagram and social medias and all
Yeah.
that? Yeah,
So
why
my
not?
my Instagram name is different again because I keep having to change it.
Go
so
follow
what
her.
is it now? Let's
Every
see.
tune is
Summer.
amazing.
So,
Swagger, 'cause
It's
I'm
just
already
summer
following you.
_Lee, but Lee is spelled Leigh. So summer _Lee. That's me on Instagram. Check it out.
Sorry, can you spell that last one name again?
Leigh. That's my middle
Nice.
name actually. But
We don't look that up.
yeah, so I'm on Facebook as well. You can look up Summer Welsh. Welsh is my last name. And I've just got my new band together. I have all the
Yay!
pieces.
Okay, that's a.
Exciting.
I have all the pieces together. I have a really, really fantastic keyboard player that we just got. He plays like 20 different instruments. He's really
Wow.
insanely talented. We got our new drummer.
Very good.
Very serendipitous how everything came together though, because I was struggling with finding, the
I tried to find you a drummer.
Yeah,
gotta find
I
that
found
chemistry.
one. I found one.
Okay, good.
I got everybody, but I knew, from the beginning, I was like, I've got plenty of time. It's not like everybody else is performing, and I'm, trying to figure out where my band is going to come from while everybody else is performing, because no one is, So it was a perfect time to take the time and actually, find the right people. So I was fine with waiting. And I knew, like, when the right moment comes, I'm gonna find the right people. They're gonna be there, and they did. It was very serendipitous, and like, my coworker told me her brother was a drummer, and I was like, okay, cool, let's have him come in, and he was
The universe
amazing.
spoke.
He was so amazing, and he knew the really amazing keyboardist. So now we have everybody together, and it's just so much fun. Like, I'm so proud of what we're doing.
Hopefully we can get you
Exciting.
performing at some music festivals.
Oh,
if we get the
yeah.
music festivals up and running
If
after
we have
COVID.
Well,
And then
well, no, we're seriously
have her
collaborating for
sponsoring
music
an art
festivals.
meeting.
Yeah, no,
I'm
I
serious.
definitely. We're probably going to be ready by next year. Where our goal is to have a whole, set of
Could we do it
original
sooner
music
than
put
that? Because
together.
I'm thinking my birthday.
Maybe.
Well, you
Right,
write music,
right.
I'm sure you guys will have a
Well, the thing
huge
is-
discography quickly.
You
Can we
know,
hear a song though
yes.
before we talk more? Because I just want to hear a song. I'm
It's,
just too excited.
What's the band name? Have you settled on anything
We
yet?
haven't settled on anything yet. We're still kind of just getting, everything put together and writing music, and we're taking our time because we really want it to be something like exceptional.
Cool.
Like, I didn't want to cut corners. I didn't want to, just,
What about It's the Best Summer Ever?
Oh no. Oh no.
Not corny at all. Not corny at all.
It's a cruel,
No,
cruel
the
summer.
name I do like the name Sweet Face.
That's
Ooh.
sweet.
Sweet Face, one word.
But there's no summer in that.
Yeah, I want something
but
summer.
I'm not that girl. Like, I'm a very big presence, but I'm also not like, I want everything to be about me, and I want my name in the title, and I want all the credit.
I do. I want your name in the title. I don't know. Let's
Good
talk
thing it's
about
not
it.
your band.
Well,
That's right, it's,
I mean,
do,
just call
but-
it solstice and cut out summer.
Oh.
Oh, I'm gonna think on this.
Alright.
While you sing, let's think of a title
Love
for
to.
Let's
Okay.
all-
When did you write it?
People can
I wrote
comment
this
in on
at
some band
noon
names.
today.
At noon
That's smart.
today.
I wrote this
Okay,
song
I like
at
that,
noon.
yes.
So I assume there's no title yet.
I do have a title actually,
Wait,
which was
okay.
very shocking. I know, very
Great.
off-brand for me. I did write a
What's the
total
title?
Me and my boyfriend were just talking, and we were talking about like our biggest like fears. And my biggest fear, not gonna lie, is fish. It's just a very dumb answer.
Like
but-
sushi?
like live fish. I just don't like them. They freak me out.
Well,
Anyway, I'm
nobody
not
nobody
kidding.
wants to be eaten by a shark.
I don't. Sharks
Yes.
don't even scare me as
What
much.
about
I
like a
like little
seahorse?
fish.
Like it's kind of like
Seahorses
a
are different
borderline,
story.
right?
It's kind of acceptable.
Is
But
it a
like
fish?
big,
They're kinda
slimy,
cute.
nasty fish, I don't like them.
Turtle?
But I was saying that
So
that's
what's the
kind
Latin
of
word for
a.
fish? Because this is a phobia.
I was just thinking that that's kind of a stupid answer to
Phascophobia.
give to people. So I was saying like, oh, like I'm kind of scared of like other people with unknown intentions. So it's called Strangers with Unknown Intentions.
All right, we want to hear it now.
Gonna steal a microphone.
Summer,
from
we're
my
gonna,
car.
you're getting us too excited.
I
We need
know.
to hear this song.
I'm just gonna keep like almost talking or almost starting the song, and then I'm just gonna keep
Just
talking
Summer,
about
so
it.
you know, they've been hearing about you for a long time.
Yes. This song tastes like lemonade. It's strange without really
very
was delayed
talented.
homework.
We gotta
actually.
get you everywhere.
Oh my
You are
It really
so
showcases
incredible.
your voice.
Thank you.
Amazing.
My goodness.
So I've been
And your voice is so
focusing.
unique. It's
Thank
so
you.
soulful, and just everything
Yeah.
about you is just so. You care about the planet, and
Thank you.
you're a rock star.
Oh, thank you
Yes,
so much.
you
You're
are
a
going to
total
be a
rock
rock
star.
star. I mean,
Aw.
I think we're gonna
You're actually
soon
gonna cause a
become
lot
big.
of trouble in your life.
Oh, absolutely.
You're gonna make some waves.
No, you are going to make a
Huge.
difference in this world. And on my birthday, when we take those RVs, I don't know if we're going to do it actually on my birthday. I want you to have one of those RVs with your boyfriend.
I'll have to, check my schedule with that. But
I
I'll
know.
let you
You'll have to check the schedule.
Yes, but definitely, that's why I've been focusing more on writing my own music instead of doing covers or anything or trying to emulate anyone, because I do feel I have a very unique voice and very specific to me that I know what sounds best with it, and I know how to write melodies. I know what
Great
I
melodies.
Like.
Like,
That's
they're always
amazing.
so catchy.
Epic,
so
epic
much.
language.
Like that was
Ev-
moving too.
Thank
Just-
you.
It's amazing.
I write really fast.
Captivating.
Too, so obviously,
Very captivating.
So did you learn how to play
Well,
by
you're-
ear, or where did you get educated?
You actually don't write fast. You're prolific.
Yes.
Where did you
I-
study your?
So I no studying until right now. Actually, I'm taking music theory classes and I suck at it. But so everything that
Well,
comes
Mozart
to me
failed
with
those too.
music, what I like to describe it as is it's like having the most intimate and close relationship with somebody, and you know them in and out, but you can never talk to them. Like that's my relationship with music. Like I don't get the the theory and the writing and stuff, but I can feel it and I know what sounds
So you probably
correct.
do you know how to read music, or do you
No.
play by ear?
It's all by ear.
Wow.
I'm learning. I'm doing my best. If any of my professors from PVCC are watching, I'm sorry. I'm not good. I'm
Summer,
not good.
could we have your input on this RV and how you feel about RVs, and have you been in an RV?
Yeah.
And how you feel they're sustainable? And do you have a question for Paul?
Yeah, my family used to ride in racers and rhinos and stuff out in the dunes a lot. So we'd stay in my uncle's RV, and I always thought it was really fun. I fell off of a top bunk in one once. I made that mistake.
Well,
but
we all have that story.
yes. But no, I definitely think it's really cool what you guys are doing, especially with the trees. Do you plant it yourself?
No,
See, good
there's
question.
there's a service. I mean, otherwise we'd go crazy, and
I was gonna say,
everybody
busy.
would be just planting trees all day long and not actually, working.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's
no, there's a service that actually it's a charity, and for every, and it's like a per tree fee,
Mhm.
and for every reservation we buy a tree.
That's awesome. That's really, really cool. Kudos to you guys for all the help that you've made towards, helping the environment. It's a very big deal, and any small impact, just it all adds up.
So people don't know this, but Paul, did you know that she repurposes and she shops vintage at the Goodwill?
I sure do.
Nice.
I sure do. Yeah, I found this beautiful. My mom hates it, by the way, but it's a beautiful
love your mom.
teal silk, puffy sleeve, bow in the front, 80s bridesmaid dress for $7 at Goodwill, and it's it looks genuine because it doesn't look like that kind of kitschy 80s look. It looks like a genuine.
Somebody wore that.
Is
in
it
the
like
80s.
groovy vibes?
I mean, it's pretty great. It was only $7, and I was like, yeah, I have to buy this. So I can't wait to do something with that, put a petticoat under it or something, make it all
Wow.
puffy. Yeah, I love it. I'm so excited. But yeah,
It's going to be your stage presence.
you find
She's
you
got
don't know
that
nothing about
already.
stage
Okay,
presence.
hold on. You don't know. There's nobody that I know that has
I
got a
was
stage
gonna say,
presence than her.
it's very hard for me to.
How did I find
show
you?
that in
Can
here.
you tell them how I found you?
So my previous band that I was in, Undecided Youth, we were competing in Alice Cooper's Proofs in the Pudding, the competition that he holds for bands every year. This was 2018, and we won that year. I
Cool.
busted my butt on stage that day, and I met Kinko right after we won.
I ran to her.
I had definitely been I had been crying and because we had done that competition so many times. I
Wow.
did it multiple times by myself with the band, different variations of the band, and once it finally came down to it, and I was I feel confident in what I put out, and we just got recognized for it and all the stuff like that. It was really, really amazing. So it was very an overwhelming moment, but yeah, that's how I met Kinga, and that's why I'm here now.
And I remember the
And for
scene you
anybody
were
that
in.
hasn't seen Summer live,
Oh my
you
gosh.
gotta see her
It's a
Yes,
live.
whole
you're right.
different
So,
story.
so what are you
She's
playing
such
this
an
Friday
insanely
again?
her performance, her stage presence. That's what I was looking for. Thank you. Her stage presence is insane. Like
Oh, thank
It
you.
is.
your voice and your songwriting are there, and then your stage presence is there too.
Like
Insane.
she's total package rock star.
Yeah.
So
This
can we
Friday
hear
is the
another
Juice.
song?
Yes.
Was
this-
that the venue in town?
Because then we
Yes.
have to get back to the RV
Sorry, I'm
and go with
forgetful. Where are you
Jennifer.
playing this Friday?
So this Friday we're
At the
playing.
Deuce.
I am playing at the Deuce with the Rock and Roll Burlesque starting at 10 p.m. If you want tickets, go ahead and check out PS Presents Facebook or my Facebook, my Instagram.
We had a show about it.
We're gonna
Right.
sell that
Yeah,
out.
show.
Yeah,
We're
absolutely.
gonna sell
We're
that
gonna
out.
sell it out,
so-
guys. Get your
Not too
tickets
much.
because we're all gonna be there. We're going. We might drive there
Well,
in
if
an
it's sold
RV.
out, you can like overflow into RVs in the parking
Yes,
lot.
exactly. It's a big, it's
Yeah.
a big place. It's a very big and really cool venue.
That's
The
exciting.
stage is a boxing ring, which is really cool. So you have like the little ropes you can lean on.
And it's very
whatever.
sustainable. That bar is very sustainable.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
very eco-friendly. They've repurposed that bar.
Yeah.
The owners are incredible. Please check out the Deuce and Summer. What are we gonna hear next?
Another original song, if that's all right.
It's the only way to go.
All
what we
right,
wanna
I'm gonna
hear.
steal another mic for my guitar. Sorry, Chet.
Oh, you're good.
So are the recommendations for your band name coming in on Facebook?
Oh, I don't know.
I like it.
Mix between Rockstar and Soulful Harmony. Thank you. Paul, give Summer an RV. Thank you, Brad. And let's see if anything else out there.
No, you gotta give
Notice
it-
how he didn't say give it to her to rent. He said give it to
No,
her.
like I want
So
it
funny.
forever.
Yeah.
I'll paint the outside or something, make it look all like psychedelic and groovy.
Wrap
That'd
it.
be fun.
See,
Alright.
she's just the rock star. Like we're just lucky to be here with
I
her.
love it.
We're just so
Alright.
lucky to be here
I'm
with
gonna,
her.
can you hand the cup of water real quick?
It's not even like
Absolutely.
it's just she's epic.
Oh, thank
What
you.
about the name Epic?
No,
Sorry.
it's not original.
Well,
Is there a band called Epic?
Well, I was thinking of Faith No More.
The
The
song
song.
Epic.
I was like, isn't that a? But it's by Faith No More. See, I know things.
Yeah, but that's not the name of a band.
Yeah, but it's not the name of my band. Anyway, this
It's
is
the name of the record.
Anyway, this
I'll keep
is
thinking.
this mountain feels like Hollywood.
Oh, wow.
In the morning I'll be gone. Got my eyes fixed on the sunrise, and I'll go. And I sigh to do this is not my game. It's not too late now to change. I think these places are the same. I hope. Thank you very much. I love that
great.
song. I really
I'm
do.
gonna keep
Wow.
that video. It's gonna be like the BBC back session
Yes.
in the future.
Summer,
Hi.
can I tell you that you are one of my favorite musicians of all time?
Oh, thank you
I
so
tell you
much.
that a lot, but it's the truth.
Aw.
I really appreciate it. It's very sweet. You
Well,
just
no.
make me feel very loved.
But it's the voice, it's the lyrics, it's your whole package, it's the way you dance.
Personality.
And it's your heart. And it's your
Aw,
heart. You really care about the environment.
Thank you. I do. Well, I mean, think about it. Like, you know, I want the world that I'm going to come into to be a beautiful place. So why wouldn't I be, you know, interested in keeping the environment nice and taking care of the world we live in? You know, it's only getting worse, as we've seen. It's only progressively getting a little worse. So, you know, the world that a lot of people who are a little bit older grew up in is completely different than what a lot of, like, the Gen Z and all of us, like, what we've experienced growing up. And it's sad. You want a beautiful, you know, luscious world to live in, and, you know.
Well, thank you for spreading positivity.
Thank
And of
you,
course for your
thank you.
children too, right?
Of course.
Yes.
You know, if we continue on the path that we're continuing on, it can only really get worse without making some very serious changes and being very conscious about what we're putting into the world, because, you know,
But
it's
yeah,
not getting any better.
We're literally poisoning our air, our water, and our food supply, and we're just not seeing the effects of it quick enough. So
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
but let's
it's
we're all
faster
doing
than
something
any
about
time
it.
in history.
And that's
We
why
are.
we're here, saving the planet.
We
One
are.
show
One
at
show
one
at a
time.
One
time.
show at a time. And so we have to get back to RVnGO,
Yes.
but we want to thank Summer.
Yay, thank you
We'll be
so
seeing her
much.
hopefully on my
Thank
birthday.
you.
Yes, or
Before
before
my birthday.
at her live venue.
Check out that amazing guitar. She
Oh, yes, I
reversed
did
it,
that. I did that
everything.
myself.
I do love the guitar.
We love
Thank
you. We love you, Summer.
Myself. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you
Thank you so much.
don't forget to go see her at the Deuce on Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna see you at the Deuce. There she is.
Come see me. Come say hi.
So are you saying we should all go to the Deuce on Friday?
We are going in the
I think
Deuce
Sounds
on
good.
RV.
We gotta support Summer. of
Let's go
course.
do that.
Yeah.
Can we take
It's
an
gonna be
RV?
fun.
And trust me,
Yeah.
her
Sing an
performance
RV.
live
Promise?
is on another whole
Sing an
level.
RV.
Totally.
You go to the Deuce on Friday, so then you don't have to drink and drive.
That's right.
And will Chet drive us?
No.
Doc, will you drive us?
Absolutely, I'll drive.
Okay,
I'm
we
a
have Doc driving
I got
us.
your back.
Yay! Okay, so Jennifer,
Yes.
how
Yes.
should we sum up why people need to rent an RV and not buy one?
Well, I think we went over that. I mean, obviously, buying an RV can be up to, let's say, 500,000, up to $1 million. I mean, it depends on the type of RV you want. It's like purchasing a home. It's a big purchase, and there's a lot of maintenance with that involved. So, as someone made a comment before, you know, it's like renting a pool, or it's like owning a pool. There's a lot of maintenance. It's like owning a boat. A lot of people rent boats. There's a thing out there like renting boats. So, I think it's just
RVnGO is coming to you soon.
exactly.
Oh,
Sneak peek,
Never
sneak peek.
know.
You're revealing it. You're revealing it.
Never know
Okay.
what's in the works, but I would just say it's a more economical way for people to be able to afford. Amazing time for bringing people together. That's what we're about at RVnGO, bringing people together in a safe way, especially during these COVID times. That, you know, it's a safe way to travel, enjoy time with your family and friends, and a lot of people love RVing because you can go from campsite to campsite. You literally, let's say we wanted to go to California, and I think you mentioned, hey, I might want to go to the beach. Where would I park the RV? You know, so there are
There's lots of places.
exactly.
Well, that's a good question. I think Chet mentioned last time where we could park him, and you guys
Yes.
said
Well, yeah,
Walmart.
Paul already covered like using the RVs so you can get all the economic aspect out of them and make some money off them. But you didn't even cover all the fun that you can have.
Yeah.
And
Go wherever you want.
There's-
yeah, those RVs, all the material, like you said, they've already been built, they've already been manufactured. So it's a waste to not have those RVs out on the road.
Should be
People-
using it all the
And what's
time.
awesome
Yeah.
is a lot of families want to know what's involved with renting an RV. You know, there's all different types of RVs. Some RVs have everything in it: bedding, dishes, the kitchen, you name it. You can grill outside, you can barbecue, you have your TVs outside, inside. But it depends on the type of RV that you're getting. But, you know, that's what we're here for. We have an inside customer success team that is available basically 24/7. So if someone calls and they're confused and they might go on the RVnGO website and they want to rent an RV, and then all of a sudden they have a question. Oh my gosh, well, does it have this? Guess what? We have a U.S. presence team that you can understand that when you call in, and we're always there to help people that might not be as tech savvy when going online to purchase an RV. And another thing is, once again, I mean, I hate to say it, but it is COVID times, and COVID's not going away anytime soon, and the flu season's coming up. So with that being said, a lot of families right now are working virtually from home. Parents are working virtually, and students are doing schooling from home virtually. So why not take a break, still bring your work on the road, bring your school on the road, and log into Wi-Fi. Most campsites have Wi-Fi, or you can log into your hotspot and take your family away from those closed-in doors and get out and enjoy some beauty in between all that work and studying. So COVID's kind of become our best friend. We've been very, very busy. We're growing, and we have a lot of things in the works in the next several years, and a lot of things that we might not reveal right now, but hopefully some great things ahead. So go ahead and get out there and get online and rent those RVs, and it's kind of like booking a cruise. Some people are booking their cruises a year to 2 years in advance, and RVs are in such a high demand that we recommend you go on and you book ahead, because sometimes people are like, I need an RV tomorrow. Well, sometimes we can do that. Sometimes we're lucky to find one, but it's in such high demand that we recommend going in and booking those trips.
So Jennifer, I have a question.
You should be booking your long weekends next year.
Yeah.
In
Already?
an RV right now.
Yep. Absolutely.
And get the selection you want.
So when
and
we
get
go-
what you want.
When we go watch Chet do one of his live shows,
Oh.
because Chet is a DJ and a music producer, how can we book these RVs like in a package? Like if I want to have like 10 friends
Yeah.
go, how do we do that?
So it's easy. You're going to
do
go
we
onto
get a group
RV.
rate?
Well, you will go onto RVnGO.com, and that you're going to go in and you might put in inquiries, and you're going to say, oh, I want this RV. Find out, look and see if the dates are available. Great. You're gonna request it, and then what we do on our side is the host is going to say, is it available? Yes, it's available. They'll get back to you. You're going to see in your email it's available. Great. You have it booked. You can book 10 RVs. You can book 15 RVs, but you got to sometimes fluctuate your dates or times or whatever it may be. We got to make sure the RVs are available. So once again, like Paul said, is you're going to want to book in advance.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And how do people get insurance?
Well, so it's really easy. This used to be the hardest part and drove people crazy and broke up all the rental transactions. So it's automatic on RVnGO. So when you book through our platform, you automatically, the guest pays the nightly fee. It's all very transparent. The host doesn't have to pay anything. And it's the total insurance, and it covers $1 million liability in case there's an accident, plus $200,000 damage to the RV. So it basically covers everything. And super easy. All you do is you complete our profile and upload your driver's license, and a few other magic steps happen, technically, but that's really it. And then once you get that all done, you're ready to go. And so you're covered, the host is covered, and you gotta be careful, because when you go direct or you go to other sites, they're usually only state minimum for the driver. So that's like $5,000 an accident if you happen to smack up in Nevada.
Do that research.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And certainly not $1 million. Never more than 50,000. There's a few states, but it's usually 20,000 is the average. So as a guest, if you don't want to go bankrupt, heaven forbid something happens, but we got you covered. We want to bring people together, and we don't want them to have a bad experience RVing. So we created some really great insurance that has them covered, that doesn't, mess with them or leave them short, leave them medically or financially destitute if they happen to have an accident.
And I
So
think
not only are you cutting out the fees, but you're also adding a better insurance policy. That's insane.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because what we did was we went direct to wholesale at underwriters in London, at Lloyd's, in America. We cut out all the middlemen, and we passed on those savings to the people renting. So really, once we, as we really believed in what we were doing, which is bringing people together, we just made pricing easy. It's free. And we make money off the insurance,
Yeah.
but we don't make that much. We're not greedy. I'd rather make 2 to 10% off a lot of money than 30% off just millions.
I think
Smart.
one big question, I know we're running out of time, but I think a lot of people want to know, hey, how much can I really earn renting an RV? Some people are saying it's like $40,000 a year. Is that realistic, Paul?
Well, let's be
That's a
realistic.
great question,
It
Jennifer.
is, because people want to know, how much am I gonna make if I'm gonna rent out of my RV?
So I think the easiest way to answer that question is go onto RVnGO's website. There's a whole calculator that helps you out. There's some very generic assumptions in that. The easiest way to do that is figure out what kind of RV you have and do a search in your zip code or whatever and see what they're renting for on a nightly rate. And that's the rate you should rent it for. That's market. And if you're really serious about renting your RV, multiply that by 100, because you could easily do 100 nights on our platform in a summer.
Yeah.
And make that nightly rate. Other people are more selective. They have an RV and they might only want to rent it a couple of really high-end weekends, like July 4th, the Super Bowl of RVing, and whatever else is going on locally. It used to be festivals, but they'll come back, and other long weekends. You rent 2 or 3 high-end nights with really high-end premium, or 2 or 3 high-end weekends with really high premiums, you pay for your RV for the whole year.
Yeah.
And so I mean,
And
So everyone that's listening, if you have an RV sitting in your garage, you need to get it on RVnGO and utilize the economic aspect. Someone could be out there enjoying it.
Yeah.
Don't let it
That's right.
sit and rot in your garage.
And
just to finalize that,
and build a blessing.
the reason you make so much money on RVnGO is because we don't take 30% out of the transaction.
That's right.
It's all in there. So you
So
can
it's
make
free for the people that own RVs.
it's free.
It's saving
Also-
the planet.
It's also
Saving the
free for
planet.
the
It's saving the
owners.
planet, and also
And we
you're,
don't charge the guest a fee either.
and
then
you're taking your family to enjoy the environment, which is what we want. And you're healing with music because you bring rock stars.
That's right. And one last thing, for those of you that stayed on, time's about out, those of you that stayed on to the end of the podcast, if you go in and you rent an RV for a week or longer, you'll get $200 off your rental if you put in the promo code GREENROOM.
Exciting.
Green room. So
Wait, I don't think I authorized that either.
I did.
So RVnGO will be on next month, and we have a lot more secrets to talk about, but it'll be next month, right?
We have a lot of stuff coming up. It's gonna
So
be really fun.
thank you so much for being a hero and saving our planet. And we are here saving the planet
One
One
show
show at a time.
time.
Woo!
Yay!
Got anything in closing to say?
Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Make sure to take your part in
That was
helping out the
fun.
environment.
It
Let's
was.
do
Yeah. Good show.